What's up, everybody? Anthony here, specialtymotorcars.net. And I know what you're going to say. I got another town car. Yes, I do have another town car behind me, folks. But this is going to be one for the record books, I can assure you. It is a 2011 Lincoln Town Car with just 9,000 original miles. But it's a very, very special Lincoln Town Car with just 9,000 miles. And I'm going to tell you right here in this video. Super excited to show you this car. It's a phenomenal example of one of the last Lincoln Town Cars ever built. Let's get into it. What's behind? And here she is, a beautiful 2011 Lincoln Town Car Signature Limited. This car is a 9,000 mile example, finished in a ice blue metallic with a stone gray leather interior. Signature Limited trim package, which was pretty much the standard trim package for 2011. Basically anything I think after 2007. They basically just became Signature Limiteds. This is a very unique car, though, in a few ways. Obviously, the 9,000 miles, it's as new as you would expect. It's the last year that these town cars were built. This car was bought new by a couple in Freehold, New Jersey, who were lifelong town car owners. They had a 2002 up until their death, and when I acquired this one, the estate still owned that car and had just contracted with somebody else to sell that car. But that car was their driver, and I think that when they found out in 2011 that they weren't going to make Lincoln Town Cars anymore, they went out and bought this car, and they tucked it away with intentions to hold on to it as long as they could, so that when the time came, they had a new town car waiting in the wings. And I say that because you don't really hear of lifelong owners and them steering away from what they had. They wanted another town car. And maybe they weren't ready for another town car, but they went out and bought this one. And they kept this one. And they drove the other one, and it was rusty and had a whole bunch of miles on it. They kept this one nice. Unfortunately, they both passed. And I had purchased this car from the nephew of the original owners. And this is an absolutely gorgeous example. It's a retail order car, not a fleet car. So that is one of the nice little bonuses with this town car. A lot of the 10s and 11s were fleet order cars. This is a retail order unit. The coolest thing, and in my mind is the coolest thing, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this car is literally one of the last Lincoln Town Cars ever built. The last Lincoln Town Car was built on August 29th, 2011. That's when the St. Thomas production line stopped making the Lincoln Town Cars. The last Lincoln Town Car was a black Lincoln Town Car, rolled down the line. There's actually a video of it on YouTube. And when that car rolled down the line, there was no crazy, celebration or fanfare or anything like that. Honestly, there would be no documentation of it other than an assembly line worker just loving what he did and loving the cars that he built, making that video. So I appreciate that. But this car was built just 10 days prior to the end of the line, that last day. So on August 19th, that's the birth date of this car. Whether it was completed that day or not, that's, I guess, to be determined, because I'll show you later in this video when I do the undercarriage, there's a sticker on the gas tank that I believe was the next day. So it was built right around the last 10 days. At least the VIN number was serialized on that time frame. So this was within the last 10 days this car was built. Never to have another Lincoln Town Car built after that time frame. So this literally is one of the last Lincoln Town Cars, and this could literally be the lowest mileage one out there, the newest, lowest mileage Lincoln Town Car in existence. I think this is a very special opportunity. It's a great town car. The fact that this car survived is really only thanks to the original owners, because they bought this car and they spent the money on this car and tucked it away. And obviously they drove it a little bit, but they didn't enjoy it to its fullest capacity. But keeping it nice, garaged, serviced. I have lots of service records for this car. Protected this car for now our enjoyment, I guess you could say. You know, and it's sad to think that way, but that's just how the cookie crumbles, we'll say. I'm going to go around this car. I'm going to point out a very few minor flaws with this thing. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous example. I did replace all 4 tires that had the original Michelins on it. I put these Travel Star white walls, the only correct size white wall for these cars that are still built today. Date code on these tires are the 21st week of 2023. Beautiful alloy wheels, no pitting, no corrosion. Even on the center caps, real clean. Throughout this whole car is absolutely beautiful. Original windshield. You can see it has the car light insignia right in the middle there. Come down the side of this car, it's in phenomenal shape. One very minor ding right there on that window, kind of threshold molding, but other than that, nothing to report over here. No door dings, no chips or nicks on the edges of the doors. Common to see. Looks like we have a ladybug coming along for the ride here. We'll leave you on there for a little while. It's a beautiful day in New England. 60 degrees, snow is melting, and we're preparing for another foot of snow in just 2 days, so I wanted to get this video done. Beautiful alloy wheels in the back here. Again, Travel Star white sidewall tires. Come down the quarter here, rear bumper. Corners of the bumpers are in great shape, not all mangled up. Tail lights, nice gloss to the tail lights. You can see the original selling dealer, George Wall. Well, Lincoln and Ford, I guess at that point, they were already getting rid of Mercury by 2011. That was the last year. See all the chrome strips here. Bumper, beautiful shape. The chrome bezel around the tail license plate. Surround. Little guy there. The chrome shows really well. The nice satin finish is in great shape. You know, pride in ownership at its finest. Obviously, these people took great care of their investment. They had a beautiful little ranch house with a very period correct kitchen, and you know, this is a time that you don't see anymore. A time gone by of people who truly love what they have and they take care of it, even if it's not within style or modern style. That's what I love about finding these cars. And another beautiful alloy wheel. No marks, no corrosion, no curb marks. White sidewall tires. You have your signature limited insignia. Come up over the roof here. Oh, our ladybug made a pretty good trip all the way across the roof. Better run away, it's gonna get cold out. Come down this side. One little chip right there. Where is it? Right there in the door. Real clean. Real clean. Nice crystal clear headlights. Hood. There's one tiny stone chip right there. Kind of the center of the hood. Get back down to the front bumper here. Bright work on the grille. It's phenomenal. Nice original grille, no wrinkling. Leaves a common to start to wrinkle up on the top. Again, these garage cars obviously age a lot better. Two panels that were painted on this car. One I had done, and one was actually done when this car was new. I have a receipt in the glove box that when they bought this car, they requested this mirror to be painted. It said there was like a rippling effect in the paint. Could have been some damage from shipping when the car was new. I'm not sure. But the housing of this mirror had been repainted at one point. I have the slip in the glove box. And then I also had this front bumper repainted. In the video I had when I had purchased this car, had a little bit of an impact here, not a punch through, but an indent of something that must have either bumped into it, maybe someone with a trailer hitch backed into the car, and unfortunately made this little minor damage spot right here, but all was repaired. Anyways, that is the outside of the 2011 Lincoln Town Car. Gonna now dive onto the inside, show you the inside. We'll take it for a spin back to the shop, put it up in the lift. All right, let's take a look inside the Lincoln Town Car now. This beautiful 9,000 mile example. You can see here a very, very lovely stone gray leather interior. Dual heated front seats, dual power seats, memory driver's seat. This car has your typical Lincoln Town Car options. You can see here the door sticker or VIN tag in the door here. Production date 8/11. That just gives you a generalized. But with the Marty report and the window sticker that I had gotten per the Carfax, shows that exterior paint LS, which is this light blue metallic, QG interior, which is the stone interior. Beautiful all throughout this car. I mean, very, very little wear on everything. It's just very, very nice, well preserved Lincoln Town Car. All inside the jams. None of the bolts or anything look like they've been disturbed or moved. All the gaskets show in great shape. Door sill plate, carpeting, it's beautiful. There's the leather wrapped wheel with the wood trimming on the top. Dash pad, perfect. Leather on the driver's seat. Nice, soft, supple, not sun-baked. Again, garage car since new. It has a Lincoln insignia. I believe 2011 was the only year for these kind of big, pillowy headrests, similar to the Cadillac DTS. I think it was government standard or regulations or whatever for crash testing that they had to do that. But we'll get into all this stuff in just a minute. Doors close and open with ease. Inside the jam here, just real clean. All the appointments. Nice, the nickel finish on the caps and pull knobs. The insignia there is in great shape. Rear package tray shows real well. C-pillars. Leather is in great shape back here. Carpeting is nice and fresh. Matte back pockets, does have side airbags. Just a real beautiful Lincoln Town Car. Not much to narrate on this one because this car is just so nice. I mean, you can see the gloss in the wood. Probably hardly any riders in the backseat of this car. I never like to say no one's ever been in the backseat because I can't physically prove that. But I mean, just assuming that this was Grandma and Grandpa's special Lincoln Town car, I would think there have been no riders in the back seat of this one. Looks like I missed a smudge. Yep. Nice job, Anthony. If you're looking for a as factory fresh Lincoln Town car, but you don't want an older one, I mean 03, 04, 05, all fantastic years. You just have that year mindset. You want the newest possible town car you can get. This is it. This is the probably once in a lifetime opportunity, really, of getting something like this. Dual opening center console. That is your flip open cup holder. I'll show you the rest of the interior in just a minute. All right, inside the town car here, I like to show you what I got for books and keys. In this case, I have all the original keys with this car, that being 2 of the original Lincoln Star keys, the valet key, 2 original remotes, and then also, this is kind of neat, just like a Lincoln keychain with a P.O. box. I honestly didn't think they still did this by 2011, so it might be an older thing that they had from another town car. Close the door here. We'll start it up. 9,086 miles. Put the heat off. Everything works as it should. It's got a 6-disc in-dash CD changer. It has the power adjustable foot pedals, automatic headlights, dual power seats, heated seats, memory seats. We'll try this stuff out as we go, but there you go. You can seek through the stations. You can also turn, I think this has to be on, but you can turn the temperature up and down. Off the steering wheel here as well. Shut the radio off. These are all the service records I have, just a little pile of them here. I mean, in 9,000 miles, you wouldn't think that the car was serviced that much, but actually this car was over-serviced. You know, oil being changed in time slots rather than miles, because if you think about it, 9,000 miles, the car wouldn't have only about maybe 2 oil changes. So that is good to see. This was the slip that I was referring to. Shows the date of the delivery date was 9/21/11. This repair order date came in at 9/23. Customer states right mirror is deformed and paint rippled. Check and advise. So that is the slip that I have for that. These are all from the dealer. Just oil changes, nothing real crazy in here. I think there was one battery replacement throughout its life. This is just an oil, not an oil change, a car wash. But all stating mileage, 5,000 miles. This was in 2015. This was an oil change as well. I think they had a service plan because they didn't pay for many of these oil changes. And I don't think it was just by them being a friendly dealership. Let's see here, 2014, 4,800 miles. Anyways, I don't want to show the world the private information, the address on there, so we won't go through all those. I do have the original books. Has the key card or keyless card, the owner's advantage card for the warranty, and then all your books and pamphlets and stuff like that. Put all that stuff away. It's good stuff to have, though. I mean, brand new inside here. Put this cycle here puts all the blend door motors through a like a test procedure, essentially, and it'll tell you whether any of the blend doors are sticking. It'll give you a code here. Normally it'll flash a code. If all the lights light up, that shows there's no codes, no errors, all your blend doors are working perfectly. All right, we're gonna jump under the hood and pop the trunk as well. Come around to the front here, pull up. This exposes a incredibly beautiful engine bay. I mean, just as new as you would want to see one of these. Even the underhood insulation pad is in great shape. All the latch and hardware, nice and clean throughout. Just real clean. Everything you'd want to see on a nice little mileage car was kept in a, I know it wasn't climate controlled, but a nice dry garage, because you see all the nuts and bolts, tags, and everything is still present. I mean, look at the shine on the intake manifold. It has a Ford factory battery. Look at how beautiful the engine block is. I mean, you just don't see this anymore. You can actually see, just like on my last town car, I don't know if I can zoom in there, you can actually see the part number on the pulleys, which is crazy to think. I do like that they kept the beauty cover on the engine all the way up until the end. I mean, just look at how pristine this town car is. Let's see if we can zoom in, show you some of the details. I mean, real nice. Absolutely brand new. I mean, you can even take a glimpse down here. You can see how nice and clean the frame is. We'll get it up on the lift to show you that. Absolutely beautiful. All right, let's get back to the trunk. I'm gonna pop the trunk. This does have the power opening and closing trunk, where you do 2 pushes there. Opens the trunk up nice and wide. Shows you your, I don't know, 3-4 body trunk. All the upholstery in here is in nice shape. Does have the original floor mats, 2 rear ones there. Drivers here, passenger front. Quarter mounted spare. I would assume never been on the ground. Correct. It does have the George Wall Lincoln Mercury. Odd that it says Red Bank, New Jersey, and then it says Tinton Falls, unless that's maybe the same town. It's a township, I'm not sure. Gasketing. Just real clean. I mean, A no excuse Lincoln Town Car. And if you use the same method, we'll activate the pull down to then close it, and then it has a soft pull down effect, just like the old Cadillacs did. All right, here's my favorite part of owning a Lincoln Town Car, and that is driving it. Let's get going. Watch for the puddles. Now, I didn't drive these cars when they were brand new. By 2011, I was just out of high school by a few years. And the last thing on my mind was buying a new Lincoln Town Car. I do remember when they stopped producing them, and, you know, kind of a big deal was made. And I loved the cars, but I couldn't afford a new Lincoln Town Car at that time. Had I had the opportunity, though, it would have been great to buy a new Lincoln Town Car. And buying these cars and getting them and having them here at my shop gives me that opportunity. This one is real special. Just like that silver Cartier, you know, this is an as-new town car. This one being just a little bit more special in the fact of time and being the youngest, lowest mileage example. This one, just like that silver Cartier I had, definitely belongs in a museum or some type of private collection, but ultimately the next owner of this car will be the deciding factor on this. But let's take it up on the highway. We'll open it up and show you what it's got. Cruise control engages, holding us at a steady 67 degrees, yeah, on my wish, 67 miles per hour. I'm gonna merge here, over. Like I was saying earlier, I didn't have the opportunity to buy these cars when they were new, but just being able to have cars like this gives me that opportunity, because essentially this is like buying a brand new 2011 Lincoln Town Car, and that's something that is hard to duplicate. I mean, I've had so many of these town cars, and every one of them is just as exciting to get in and drive as the last. But these super low mileage ones are definitely something special. Now we're going to go back to my shop, and I'm going to put this car up on the lift for you folks and show you what an absolute time capsule this car is on the bottom side. Really just as clean as the top side, because this car, like that 2003 Cartier, looks like it rolled off the assembly line not too long ago. So let's get back to the shop and get it up in the air for you. All right, I'm going to show you the bottom side of the 2011 Lincoln Town Car. Show you how clean it is under here. Real clean original car. Like I said a few times, this car was produced the last week, and this was an Ontario built car. So when they switched production from Wixom to Canada up in Ontario, St. Thomas plant, a few things I noticed under here that are different, like compared to that 2003 that I had just a few months ago. Not as many chalk marks, but you can still see, you know, some quality control marks here and there. But that 2003 was just loaded with them. So I'm wondering if, you know, first year type thing, but you can see a lot of tags and stuff still present. You get the part number right there on that rear sway bar, rear diff cover tag. Some surface rust, as you can see on the drive shaft and rear axle housing. Those are not coated from the factory. Aside from that, pretty clean. I mean, just, you know, some little spots here and there creeping through, you know, edges, or maybe what would have been scratches in the frame from the factory. I do remember these marks here being on the last town car that I had, that 03. I'm assuming that's something to do with the frame coming down the assembly line and the way the car was mounted on maybe a carriage or something. Shaft of that transmission. It's cool. You can still see the Ford, you know, casing numbers. Even inside, the wheels are real clean. Just did a fresh oil change to it, 4 new tires. And all the plastic up in here. Oop, see if we can focus. There we go. Nice and clean. All right. That's the 2011 Lincoln Town Car, Signature Limited, 9,000 original miles. All right, folks, so you're going to ask, how can you own this car? What's the price to buy this car? Well, I don't have a set price. Papa Bear and I have been talking about this car, and just like that 2003 Cartier that I recently had, we both agree that this is a once-in-a-lifetime, very rare opportunity, and we want to give everybody a chance to own this car, not just the first person who calls. So to do that, we're going to put it on Bring a Trailer. It's going to get listed at no reserve auction, so the highest bidder will own this car. I hope it's one of you, one of my YouTube followers, just like the 2003 was. I went to one of my followers down in New Jersey, and I was very happy to bring it to him. Any questions, you can go right over to my website. It'll link you right to the Bring a Trailer site for this car. There's over 300 pictures of this car. It's a 7-day auction. It's going to run for 7 days. It's going to end Thursday, March 7th at approximately 4:10 p.m. Eastern time. You'll have plenty of time to think about it. Any questions, you can ask me there. You can ask me through my website, whatever you want to do. I'd love to see this car get into one of your driveways, into your hands. It's a beautiful car for any collection or to be driven. It's an extremely nice example. But I wanted to give everybody an open chance, a level playing field to get this car. Any last words, Papa Bear? It's looking good back there, by the way.
Bid often, bid high. Enjoy it. It could be yours.
We'll talk to you on the next one.